Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, by the mercy of our Gurudev, by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, by the mercy of Lalita Devi, by the mercy of Radha Govinda, we can sit together, do kirtan, and think of them. This is a great blessing. Today is a very auspicious day. First of all, Lalita Devi's appearance day. The best friend of Srimati Radhika, she appeared today. And also for us even more important is the appearance day of our beloved Shiksha Guru, Sannyas Guru, our Bhakti Vicara, Param Puja Bhakti Vicara, Vishnu Goswami Maharaj. He also appeared on this day, and some similarities also there, one can see. Lalita Devi, Rupa Goswami wrote this beautiful poem we were singing before, Lalita Devi Ashtakam. He gave some of her characteristics, and Lalita Devi is very bold, strong. Even Krishna feeling little afraid of her. Therefore, Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj said to his disciples, he said, you don't need to chant Nishinga mantra, chant Lalita Devi Ashtakam. Even Krishna is afraid. So if some problems will come, they will all run away from Lalita Devi because she is so powerful. Of course, this is Leela. This is Krishna's Leela. But Krishna cannot speak any lie in front of Lalita Devi or anything. He is speaking always some tricky words, but in front of Lalita Devi he cannot do. And Lalita Devi here said, Radha Mukunda Pada Sambhava Garma Bindu Nirmanchana Upakara Diha Laksham. She is ready to give up her body for the service of Radha Mukunda, of Radha Krishna. This is the basis of her love. If she will just see one drop of sweat on the feet or on the body of Radha Govinda, just to remove this, she is ready to give up her body. Such intensity of service she has. At the same time, Utunga Saurida Vishesha Vashat Pragalbham. She is very strong. She is full of self-esteem. Therefore, and her friendship with Radharani is very close. She is the best friend of Srimati Radhika. And in one verse here, Rupa Goswami says, she is giving instructions even to Radharani herself. She is Radharani's guru, we can say. What instructions? Don't be so mild. Don't be so. He said, Dhute brajendatane tanu sushtu vamyam. You should be vamya means leftist. Also in the spiritual world there's left and right wing. We are leftists. Maybe in this world whatever one may be, but the spiritual leftist means not submissive to Krishna. Right wing, they are submissive, fully submissive to Krishna. Left wing, they give opposition. So Lalita Devi tells to Radharani, Dhute Brajendra, this Brajendra Nandan, the son of Nanda Maharaj, he is very, tricky, he is duplicitous. He is very cunning. He is always making jokes, making tricks, so don't be so submissive. Tanu sushtu vamyam, you should be. Give some opposition, don't make it too easy to him. Ma dakshina bhava, she says, don't be right side, don't be submissive, don't follow everything what he says. Don't do this. Okalankani laghavaya, don't make it easy for Krishna. This is Lalita Devi's instruction to Radharani. So Radhe Giram Shinu, O Radhe, please listen my words, which will give benefit to you. In this way, she is instructing Srimati Radhika. So Rupa Goswami says, Devim Gunaisu Lalitam Lamitam Namami. I bow down to Lalita Devi with all her wonderful sweet qualities. Basis is love, but on that love she is also strong sometimes. But she's ready also, same time she's ready for the service of Radha Govinda to give her body. So just to give opposition to Krishna without that basis will not work. First, this is her mood. And when Krishna speaks some words which are not 100% true, then Lalita Devi immediately stand up and they cannot tolerate. Krishna, sometimes. Everybody knows Krishna is God, no? Clear. He is Supreme Lord. So his Leela is like this. One cannot understand that. But sometimes Krishna, he is going to the kunja of another one. And then when he realizes he had a rendezvous with Radharani, he's running. Then he's coming. All signs of his enjoyment with other ladies on his body. And he's coming to Radharani and says, oh, I lost the way, I don't know. I did not find. I am running around whole night. I am running to search the way. I don't know. Radharani is seeing. He's speaking pure lie. No? He has some lipstick or some kumkum on his body from another gopi. And he's saying, oh, I went to the forest. I'm searching for a path. I don't know where it is. Oh. Radharani is just telling, oh, you're so poor. How you're suffering so much running in the forest. So, but Lalita Devi, she cannot tolerate. Radharani also joking. But Lalita Devi, she immediately say, Vag bhangi vistam achirena vilajja. With her voice like arrows, she will shoot at Krishna and cut all his arguments into pieces. She cannot tolerate that. Then Krishna, vilajjayantim, Krishna is feeling ashamed. Oh. Because he's speaking plain lie. So Lalita Devi not tolerate that. So that is her position. But when she sees someone in Braja, one girl, is little inclined to Radharani, she will fulfill all desires, will call her to her group. So many. And this is her greatest service is, her greatest happiness is, her festival is to see Radha Krishna together. Sometimes when Krishna is speaking too much lie, then Radharani doesn't want to see him anymore. Like this, when Krishna comes, all marks of some amorous pastimes with others, and he's telling a lie. Then Radharani said, oh, so poor, you're running the whole night, but where is kumkum coming from on your body? Go out from here, go. Madhava, jao, go. Madhava, go. She doesn't want anything else than Madhava, stay. But from the voice, from the mouth coming, Madhava, you go, leave this place. Then they throw out Krishna from the kunja. Then, but same time, they try many means. So Lalita Devi also, her festival is to see Radha Krishna together. And this Krishna's Leela, why he makes it like this also? Himself, Krishna making himself so many problems to meet Radharani. He is Supreme Lord. Why he is creating it in such a way that always problems coming? Because the rasa will become more. If you can meet someone without problems, you don't appreciate, even if you're Bhagavan. But it's problem, it's difficult, rasa is more. So Lalita Devi, she always wants that. And she is the chief of all the Shakis, of all the gopis. So we have not realized anything, but we hear from our gurus that we also follow to her and her group and whatever subgroup and whatever is there. That is after we practicing and become detached from this world. If you want to understand something of that, we have to follow how they were following when they came to this material world. Lalita Devi came as Swarup Damodar Goswami. And under Lalita Devi, the Manjaris, the small girls are working, and Rupa Goswami came, he is Rupa Manjari. So how they were practicing in this world, we have to follow. We cannot imitate that. That will be not possible, because they forget to eat, they forget to sleep. Day and night they are just maybe thinking. One Vaishnava once, he fell into Radhakund in his meditation. He fell inside, and after some days he came out. They don't need to breathe even. Their body is not made from this, is not under the control of these material laws. But therefore Narottam Thakur said, Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoebe Akute Kuti Tave Hama Haribol Bhujabo Jugala Piriti. If you want to understand this love, we have to follow Rupa and Raghunath. How they came here, how they were practicing, strictly practicing, following principles, passing the time, doing all the Shravana, hearing, chanting, all these things. This is necessary. Then one can get, by their blessings, some idea where it is going. This is Krishna consciousness, what our Gurudev gave us. This is called Rupanuga. They gave this to us, but it's much more than sitting and chanting japa 16 rounds and finishing. That is our Krishna consciousness. And following four principles and come to temple and see arati, take prasadam and go. This is one part. But how much more is there? This is Krishna consciousness, means Krishna. Krishna is not something which you get from the books and you learn by heart. Krishna is the one who is the life of everything. He is alive. He is here, he is there. So to realize that, the Goswamis gave so many instructions they gave. So many. And for what? To read. Therefore we're learning Sanskrit. To follow that, not to be a Sanskrit scholar. It's useless. He will just become proud. But to understand that, and nowadays not necessary, everything is in English available. So it's not like before. You had to study that, but nowadays one can read, and that is given to follow also, to accept, to try at least. That is the greatest treasure. Who will do that will lose the taste for this world. Naturally, not like artificially, not mentally, not intellectually. Naturally, no interest. We're not hating this world. We have nothing against this world. Everything is okay, but no interest anymore to surrender there. We want to surrender to the higher thing. So Lalita Devi, when she came in Gaura Leela, she is who? Swarup Damodar Goswami. So Swarup Damodar Goswami, he was Mahaprabhu's closest associate. And he was like his, something like secretary. It was nothing to write. I mean, it was not like that, but he was protecting Mahaprabhu from false Siddhanta. Some Vaishnavas, some poets, they wrote so many things and they presented to Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu was so sensitive. Who has knowledge about what is really rasa, what is really prema? If they read something which is against that, they suffer. Who don't know anything, they praise everything. They think this is nice, this is nice, this is nice. But those who have really knowledge and who have realization, they will suffer if there are some mistakes inside. Some wrong messages are given. So before giving something to Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar Goswami was examining it, whether this is okay or not okay. One should not sit like this. If you can, better sit on the chair. Should not give our feet to the divine personalities. Chair is okay. Yes, then no problem. This is one. So, Swarup Damodar Goswami was examining that is okay or not okay. And even if all Vaishnavas said it's very nice, he would find some mistakes. And one poet was there, he wrote some verses about Jagannath and about Mahaprabhu, and he wanted to give it to Mahaprabhu. And Swarup Damodar Goswami, without listening it, he already knew there are some mistakes inside. But all the Vaishnavas, this poet, he spoke it to the other Vaishnavas, he recited it, and they were very much happy, and they ran to Swarup Damodar Goswami, oh, you have to make Mahaprabhu hear this, it's so beautiful poetry. Swarup Damodar Goswami rejected. He understood already without hearing, this is not proper. But finally they persuaded him, so he called that poet and he said, and from the first verse he recited, already he smashed everything. I said, you did big apparat. This is wrong, this is wrong. Because he said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the moving Jagannath who gave life to the Jagannath who's standing in the temple. Then he immediately said, how you can say Jagannath has no life? This is offense. So he smashed one. All devotees were shocked because they thought this is beautiful poetry. But he smashed everything. Then he told to this Vaishnava poet, if you want to understand Krishna, Jaha Bhagavata Pade Vaishnavira Sthane Ekanta Shaya Karo Chaitanya Charane. If you study Bhagavat and take shelter of Mahaprabhu, go to one Vaishnava and hear Bhagavatam, then you will understand. So he was merciful also. Not only chastised, also he gave him instructions how to do. So Lalita Devi's mood to be very strict, it is also reflected in Swarup Damodar Goswami. He was very strict. Very strict. Same mood we also see in our Pujabhat Vishnu Maharaj. Anything simultaneously, he is very liberal, but he is very strict also. He told me his father already chastised him because he is so liberal. Everything is okay. Never, but some siddhanta, some philosophy, some kata, some words are wrong, he cannot tolerate. He becomes angry. He cannot. If you speak, if you will sit here and you speak something which is not according to Shastra, he will say, where you listen this from? Please explain, what is this story, what is this? And he will cut it into pieces. He cannot tolerate that. He doesn't like any concocted stories to make people laugh. Like these, you speak some nice, some whatever stories, and after everybody's laughing and thinking this is nice Harikatha, but he said no. He's very strict on that point. He said never go out from Shastra. Best, our Acharyas, our Guru Vargas, my Gurudev, I never heard him speaking anything else than Bhagavatam. He never got. Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, when he came, he spoke only Shastra. So all other things useless, a waste of time. Already sitting together, want to put your mind on Krishna, then speak something. This is waste of time. So he's also like that. Simultaneously, for these external rules and regulations, he's always practically applying them. Not like insisting, oh, it must be like that, must be, but practically. What is important, this is Shravanam Kirtanam, he takes very serious. I was traveling with him. I saw how much he takes serious this duty to speak to others. Never saw anyone like that. Any word he will say, he takes it serious. Because this is the main thing. This is what changing people, no? To give them some message, and of course to give also good example. Only speaking will also not help. But what to say, he took it so serious. So even a whole day, he may sacrifice for these 1-2 hours Harikatha he will give. That is so. Therefore, also when he was started preaching, he did not want to go preaching actually. Guru Maharaj sent him immediately. When he was a young brahmachari, he joined 1978 or something. So after some time, even Guru Maharaj sent him. He said, what to speak? Then he said, just speak what you have heard. And then Guru Maharaj 1984, he wanted to give sannyas to him. He did not want to take sannyas because he think I want to study more, go little study how to do puja, how to do kirtan, make everything perfect. And Guru Maharaj told him, we are not like these pujaris. Many times I said, I think so. We are pujaris, we take the flower of the mind of the people and offer it to Krishna's lotus feet. This is our puja. Not just any flower and offer to Krishna. This is any pujari can do, but our duty is to take the mind of the people and offer it to Krishna's lotus feet. That written one letter. Guru Maharaj wrote one letter to him. So then he accepted sannyas, and when was sannyas ceremony, 4 brahmacharis took sannyas. Hare Krishna. And then was also present Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardana Goswami Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj then told just to Janardana Goswami Maharaj, you give sannyas. So they took sannyas from Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardana Goswami Maharaj, and he kept a lot of association with him also later, and he learned all these beautiful Bhagavat Kathas and Goswami's books and everything from Janardana Goswami Maharaj. He was very rasik devotee. He is accepted in all Gaudiya Maths everywhere. They accepted him as a Shiksha Guru. He never touched money in his life. He was always serving the cows. He was always serving the guests. He was always speaking about Radharani. So our Pujapat Vishnu Maharaj, he spent some time with him, and he told me what he heard from him. This kind of realization he hardly heard from others also. Everything Srila Janardana Maharaj spoke, it was fully realized. Whatever he spoke about Krishna, any Leela, he did not speak only about Radharani, but he was always on her side. So that he took Maharaj, and he took also very serious to study this Bhagavatam. Not just speak it and not just learn it. Nowadays you can learn, in India, there is a Bhagavad Saptaha course. How to make Bhagavad Saptaha you can learn. You learn maybe 100 shlokas or something, some songs, and you can give Bhagavad Saptaha. But from this Bhagavad Saptaha nobody will change. This is just a show. But now it's a fashion. It became fashion so much. So, but Vishnu Maharaj, he never liked this. And when some brahmacharis also started to do like that, he became angry. He did not like that. And just to sing something and to entertain people, this is not what our gurus have done also. They speak Bhagavatam. Why? To please Krishna and to change. Also to put the change into the people. Why Prabhupada came to the West also with the same intention. To preach, to say something, to change their hearts. He never entertained anything. He did not make a big show. He just spoke pure Siddhanta. So Maharaj also same. So he went deep into that. And he always says, read less and think more. Think one word, one line, one word. Try to understand what is the meaning of this. And when he speaks Bhagavata Katha, you can hear that also. Who has heard him, sitting next to him, you can see. And this Bhagavatam, when he speaks, this is not dry. I was once, we were in Quito in Ecuador, Ekadashi Day. There was a 19 years celebration festival of Radha Gopinath deities there. One temple in the center of Quito. Big house, one old colonial house. So they invited Maharaj, we were there. Temple room, full, maybe 60, 70 devotees there. And deities were the one side, we were sitting this side, I was sitting next to Maharaj, and he asked me to speak little, so I spoke some words. Then Maharaj spoke. And he started speaking about Radha Gopinath. And somehow or other he came to Brahma's prayers. How Brahma stole the cowherd and the calves. And after he realized, oh, this is small, uncivilized cowherd boy is the Supreme Lord, he is my source also. Then he came and surrendered and begged for forgiveness. And when he spoke these verses, I was sitting next to Maharaj. He spoke, Naumidyate brava pushe tadidambaraya. My pranam to you, who is dressed with a yellow dhoti, you are black like a dark cloud. He spoke this, and nobody can understand you. You are so simple dressed. You have no big ornaments like Narayan. No diamonds, no gold, just some forest flowers, some peacock feather. Who can understand this is the Supreme Lord? And walking very gentle but unstoppable. Whatever is Krishna's desire, he will do. But he's a small innocent cowherd boy. But this small innocent cowherd boy is the absolute truth, is the supreme omnipotent Lord. So Brahma spoke that in the next verse he said that And when Maharaj, he was reciting that verse, tears coming out from his eyes, not down, they coming like this way, horizontal, they came out from his eyes. And it was so, when he spoke, oh, you appeared. Why you appeared? Out of your own desire only to give mercy to me. When he said these words in Sanskrit, you really feel Brahma was there praying, and Supreme Lord also appeared there. In this temple room, you could really, it was like electric. Everybody became silent. What is going on? And Maharaj spoke this with so much, just the Sanskrit he recited and explained that words, but tears coming out like, Supreme Lord is appearing. Why? Brahma said, you appear not out of karma, not out of force, you appear out of your own desire, just to give mercy. Supreme Lord is Dayamoy. His existence is only mercy. So when Maharaj spoke with his realization, so really tears, he could not speak anymore. And all were like looking what is going on. So you could really feel this is not just words, this is taking place. So this is his katha. So all were, not he was crying, all were crying after this. And it was Ekadashi day and we were fasting, and he spoke so, he became so like strong, his katha, he could not stop. He felt some pain also in his stomach, and he told me so, by the way, in the katha, that but he did not want to stop because he's so nice. And after this katha, we took prasadam. It was really nice. I think none of the devotees who were there ever heard something like that. They were really like, just, this is the katha, to realize Krishna, because Hari Katha and the Krishna and Hari, they are not different from each other. So this is the power of the speaker also, and this is also by his sacrifice. He was really focused on that service. I will give this katha. Not, he does not want to give words, he wants to give Krishna. This is the main thing. He really wants to give Krishna to everyone. This is how to establish Krishna in the heart of every listener. This is the Harikatha. So, but he forgot his body completely. Then when we took prasadam, he took one morsel, noon time. Then he said, I cannot eat, I have so much pain. It was cold that time. We were sitting like with pullover. He had to take out all his dress. He was sitting with upper body naked and was sweating like anything. Finally, we had to go to the hospital to check what is going on. So then I realized how much, he already said I felt some pain before starting to speak. But he doesn't want to. Why he came to South America, why he traveled like opposite side of the globe. He traveled there. Why? To say, to give some Harikatha, then how? If he cannot speak, then why he's coming? So then I saw her, so how much he takes it important, how much this is his life, to speak this Harikatha. And the whole day he was really, maybe he cannot do anything else, but he came for this, just to be there for the others, to speak this Harikatha. I saw that this is his character. And even in India also, when I go, and I'm listening also there's some program in Puri or something, I'm listening all the Harikatha, somehow you can follow. But when he speaks, because he does not speak like standard. There is some our Gaudiya Siddhanta, you can understand, Acharyas of Vishnu Thakur, this, that, then you can understand, but he speaks with his realization. He will speak what is coming. Actually, he told Katha means we read our own heart. This is to speak. It is not to repeat what you have memorized. This is not Harikatha. You read something in the room, memorize, and then sit there and speak. No. This is not Katha, but to read your own heart. To see what is coming from this. So this is his really, I never saw this intensity of Harikatha in other person, and this is how he's taking it serious. Every single word. If there is some word wrong, he's disturbed. When some other speaks and he speaks one word only wrong, he cannot listen that, he does not like it. Some little, because this is very sensitive, like Swarup Damodar Goswami, he was like that. Mahaprabhu, what to speak, if Mahaprabhu would hear some wrong word, he felt pain. Those who know, they feel pain. And Maharaj also really knows. He knows Shastra, he knows also the songs in detail, everything. So therefore also he told me, other sannyasis, other brahmacharis, they feel shy little if he comes and sit also. Because they know what they have now to, they cannot speak anything wrong. And I also, my own experience, I took sannyas and then I traveled with him. And so he asked me to speak, so I spoke what I have learned over the years. But after, when program was finished, we took prasadam, then we were staying together in the room, then he asked me, Maharaj, what do you say here? Where you have this from? Which Shastra is this from? How you understand this? And every evening was like this. And after some time I think, my God, I cannot speak anything anymore. Then he told me, that was also in Quito, then he said, Maharaj, don't take it personal, but you are sannyasi, you are preacher, you have to understand what is what. I said, yeah, I'm grateful, but really I was shy anymore to open my mouth. I was thinking, my God, what to say, but that is actually the blessing. And I realized, at that time I was 20 years practicing. I realized maybe everything is wrong what I understood. So many misconceptions. What we think, what we understood, what we repeat from others, but it is not right. It is, or maybe it is not important, we make it important. And what is really important, we forget. Like this. So it was really his mercy. I'm grateful for this to correct. This is Guru's kripa. If Guru say, yes, nice, go on, what is this cheating? But the Guru will say, hey, rascal, how you can say this? This is wrong, don't say it like this. This is his mercy, and therefore Guru Maharaj gave him name Bhakti Vicara. Vishnu Goswami Maharaj. Bhakti Vicara means to judge. Vicara means to think deeply, to understand, to contemplate and to make a judgment, to be clear. And he is like that. Very clear, very practical also, and very disarming. I saw once in Mexico, we were sitting, we took prasadam, I think, after program. One Mataji came. Mexican, very emotional, heartly people. So she came, oh Maharaj, I want to take shelter at your lotus feet. Maharaj was looking at her, how you want to take shelter at my lotus feet? She could not say anything. Then she left. Then Maharaj told me, you see, they don't know what they're saying. We come, oh Gurudev, I want to take shelter at you. What is meaning? We don't know. What is meaning actually? Just speaking. Also when in class, sometimes happened, few times. After class he asked somebody has some question, then some raising the hand and asking some question. Then Maharaj asking, do you understand your own question? Then they try to, then he say, you don't understand your question, how you will understand the answer? First understand your question, he said. Not, he did not give answer, no use, no? Sometimes people ask something, they don't know what they're asking. So he is like that, very sharp memory. And if somebody, first when I met, I know him also many years, 25 years. In the beginning when I hear from his katha, and I was a little bored, I have to say. He's giving so big explanations. You ask a simple question, he will give us such an explanation. But now I understand also why because he wants to go deep. He wants something from really, someone should really understand the thing, not just give some standard question. If somebody and some very, very complicated questions, he just makes like this. But simple questions, I saw. And in the beginning I could not understand. Now I'm listening all these lectures which are 15 years old or something, where sometimes I'm sitting there and translating into German, I listen myself. But now what I'm listening is completely different. He spoke the same like now, but I could not understand that time. How deep is actually this topic. once also, he's really, and one thing also, he's 100% non-sentimental. Because sometimes devotees are like following some. Sentimental means also superficial, because it's with senses and mind. So sometimes they come with, but he cuts all this into pay. He has no taste for this. What is the substance? He will take. No? And this is actually what is important also. We should not be carried away by any form, by any external appearance. Bhakti is internal. Bhakti is substance in the heart. Once one Vaishnava, one Spanish devotee, himself, he told me that story. He was in Mayapur and he heard Pujyapad Vishnu Maharaj is there, Acharya of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mission. So you think, one senior Vaishnava, so let me have darshan of him. So he went there. He's a little, in India they say healthy, little fat. So he went there to Maharaj and said, "Oh Maharaj," he gave Dandavat Pranam. I said, "Maharaj, how can I improve my spiritual life?" Like, very important question. Maharaj looking at him, "You're very fat. You should reduce your weight." He said, like, practical question. Because if you have too much weight, you cannot sit properly, you cannot do parikrama, you cannot do... But not... He is asking with his full faith, with his good belief, with his coming to one acharya, thinking he's a great acharya. So, what can I do to improve my spiritual life? He said, "You're very fat, reduce your weight." So it's very practical, Maharaj, really practical. Whole life, I saw that. At the same time, he's never leaving his connection. He can tolerate anything and everything, all circumstances. And I saw, even if he's angry, he will not speak harsh words. Angry he can become, but he will not speak harsh words. He will still control himself, not to harm anyone. And his servant in India, Achyuta Prabhu, who is driving him and who is cooking for him everything and who is always with Maharaj, he told me also, I have learned, Guru Maharaj told me, the most important thing is never harm anyone with your speech. And this is so easy, no? Immediately it comes, slips out from your mouth and you say something and the arrow is shot, you cannot take it back. This is therefore Rupa Goswami gives first instruction, Vacho Vegam. This urge, Vega means the force and the speed of this speech, you have to tolerate. Don't be carried away by that. And he's master of that, Maharaj. I saw. Even sometimes people make him angry and you can feel, but he keeps it. He can control it. And he's always trying not to create any enmity with anyone. He can deal with everyone. There are so many, in our Vaishnava society, so many politics, conflicts, everything is there. But he will always speak with all parties. Never take side with anyone. Because this is Uttama. Uttama Vaishnava, highest Vaishnava. He cannot have party spirit with anyone. Cannot take side with this or that. Everything is... Because Krishna also is impartial. For Krishna this whole world is okay. There's no problem. Even this, whatever is going on, everything is okay. Injustice or justice, this is all material. For Krishna everything is okay. For the Uttama Adhikari, Uttama Vaishnava, everything is okay. They will not support one group and fight against another one. They will fight for truth. For real truth. Because truth is Krishna. Wherever is a Satya, there is Krishna. Inside Krishna is a Satya. He is Satyavaram, Satyaparam, Trisatyam. He is the absolute truth. Therefore, always stay with the truth, but not with some personal interest. That I saw him very strongly. He is charmed by the ideal of Prahlad Maharaj and all these great Vaishnavas and himself also applying this. And maybe he's taking so much criticism from many, but he maintains this principle. He will stay with truth, and whoever is doing something for Krishna, he will support. That is so very, really great qualities, and that is necessary to, because Vaishnavas, we are all coming with our karma, we are all coming with our false ego, with all things. We make one society, so clashing will come. But you need someone who is out of this to harmonize everything. No personal interest, no personal view, just see what is the Krishna's standpoint. So he's really like that. So we are very, very grateful to have such an association and such an example in front of us, because without example, from the books you will not learn it. You can read it, you can memorize it, you can preach it to others, but you will not catch it, will not taste it, you will not really be able to live it. For this we need a living example in front of our eyes, how he is making his decision, how he is judging things, how he is reacting. Kesava Arjuna asked the same. If someone is a sthita prajna, who is fixed in his mind, how he is reacting, how he is not reacting to this world, how is he speaking. So this we have to see, such a person who is internally fully connected, how he is acting and not acting in this world, and how he is speaking. This is necessary to see. This example will change the world. So that for our great fortune, we can think of this great personality. Whoever has met can say also some words. We will do also little puja to Maharaj, pray for his mercy. Om Vishnupada Srila Bhakti Vicara Vishnu Goswami Maharaja ki jai, Tadya Shubha Vibhavatiti ki jai.
So I'm internally very happy that Bhakti Vicara Vishnu Maharaj, he is my initiating guru, and I'm not. I didn't spend with my Gurudev so much time like Maharaj here, but I'm not that devoted or let's say surrendered, because I'm living as a grihastha. So but whenever Maharaj came to Czech Republic or nearby the Czech Republic, I'm trying to accompany him and to be with him as much as possible, just to receive a little drop of his mercy. So if you have anyone of you will have any opportunity to meet him, just do as much as you can to arrange to manage your time, to give what is not important, because to be with Gurudev and to see the example, to really feel the example, this is really important. At least I feel it like it. So sometimes I also visiting Gurudev in India if it is possible. So this is, no, I cannot say more.
Gurudev ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Srila Bhakti Vicara Vishnu Goswami Maharaja ki jai. Lalita Devi ki jai. Bhagavata ki jai. Gourpremanande.